Hello there, my name is Myrai. People call me Queen too sometimes. And I'm from Quebec. Well, originally I'm from Quebec City, but I'm a young African, Japanese, French Canadian girl. I would say most people don't know that I'm a nerd. I was never that cool girl kind of person, so I'm mostly really introvert, even if I seem for people extrovert. So people sometimes, when I say that, they're kind of surprised because the look. But in general, I'm doing a lot of anxiety. So my secret is I'm anxious. I like to go with the flow. I'm an adventurer. Most of the time, I just like to see what life have to offer. I'm not a party animal, even like you will find me a lot in parties. But mostly parties for me is where I get my inspiration for movies. So I would say my life is a movie and everything feel like a movie. So I don't do nothing that's not related to movies. And I watch a lot of movies, like a lot. That's how I get my knowledge. I love the bubble effect. What I would say is like when you work on a movie, an example, my movie was filmed in 6 days, one additional day, but it was all together. It was becoming like that 6 days was my life. So like we woke up with the same people, you go to bed with the same people, not in the same room, but like you understand what I mean. And what was great is like it feels like time froze and you live in that moment, and this is became your family. Your team is your family, and it's beautiful to see. Example, in our case, we were two teams. It was the director team's GP that was more technique, all the cameras, the lighting people, everything, and my team that was all the artist team. So like all the makeup artists, the setters, the everything. So what was great, it was like at the beginning of the week, two family didn't know each other, and it's like mama and papa, and like everybody collide, and it was that beautiful big family all together. It was pretty much impressive. I have a lot of favorite movie, but if I would be honest to myself, I would say the movie that made me like cry, I would say my chick movie, it would be AI, artificial intelligence, the last idea of Kubrick that was made by Steven Spielberg. When I was a kid, I remember I saw that and I felt like that little robot. It changed my life. It was that sentence at the beginning of the movie that says, if we create a machine that would love unconditionally, will the human be able to give the same love? And everybody laughed. It's a woman asking that question. But it impacted my life so much that I would say it's one of my favorite, but I would say the most impact. I do not have myself, but I do not have like a favorite movie director because I think they're great. I see myself as one of the best, I could say, because I'm really proud of what I'm doing. But in my gang of people that I do recall that I'm impressed would be obviously Wes Anderson, Park, Quentin Tarantino, Gaspar Noé, Kubrick. Like for me, they have that little something that you remember about the aesthetic of their movie, and I'm gonna say I admire them. I do not have a favorite actor per se. Why? It's just because I think there are so many that they're good at being a person in the moment and with writing that I cannot say who is good. I would say people like Johnny Depp or like Leo have like that weird thing that everybody would remember, and Angelina Jolie have a thing about her, but I would say so many other names. Like I just love actors and what they can do in general. My dream is to be queen of the world since I'm 5, and that's what I wrote on a little piece of paper. Weirdly, my idea is just I want to make an impact positive in the world, starting by movie, but I want to have a multinational later on that could help society to get better with technology and helping kids and geniuses around the world, like all the people that maybe at school they didn't have that help because they were different and learned different. I would love to help about that. So I want to change the world. I know it's a lot of other leaders. It's not because I'm the queen that it's not other kings and queens, but I want to be part of that circle of people that have an impact on society. I already wrote like 3 movies and 1 series that are pretty much awesome. My problem is I cannot finish to write them until somebody would say, let's do this one, because when I get involved, I need to get it out of my head. Like that movie was, I wrote it, and after that, we produced it like 6 months after. So if like I create something, I need to get it out. So right now, I create all those desks. I'm trying to like put myself in a situation I would meet new producers and people that would like to invest in my movies, and I would be ready after that to start with which one project is the best for that person. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, my style is being drunk. No, it's not exactly that. But I was always inspired by those old ways to create movies like in the Hollywood, like you're there with your cigar and your whiskey and like you create stuff, and for me, I wanted to be that director that I have a solid technical team. This is why I co-direct with GP, because GP is like so good at, talking technical. He been to school when I didn't, and he knows how to talk like with those words that I don't know. Me, I'm gonna say like, okay, I want this kind of plan and that, and I'm like super like artsy. But when somebody is good as GP, it's easy for me to say my vision, and he understands it, and he's able to like direct it the way I want it to be direct for the technical team, when I can just concentrate on the details of everything. So my forte is pretty much thinking about every single details, and of course with a beautiful glass of wine in my hand. I hide it in a coffee cup, but everybody knows it's not coffee. Proud of it. And I really like to feel like a Quentin Tarantino or something. Like I like weird glasses and talking too much with my hands. So my idea mostly is creating a world that people understood that the horror is humans and not like fantasy thing. So what I try to do is like I go with fantasy, but it will always be not fantasy. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, example, a girl would think that she had superpower, but it would not be real superpower. It would come from the mind, and we will see it as a superpower visually because it's beautiful, but in the end it would be we will be explaining it by the way that she think, and it's in her head or whatever. A bit like I did with Frame. The idea was to see the demon. The demon is actually a Wendigo. What is a Wendigo? The Wendigo actually collect young soul in the forest. That's the point, the lost soul, and he collect them. So what is a photographer? The theory is like somebody that take your photo will take your soul. Another thing that we play with, and that was GP that like give me a pointer for that, and it was the thing that he drank to hallucinate looked like blood. What again is somebody that blood sucking is mostly a narcissistic, is a vampire, right? Took the energy, took the essence, virgin, stuff like that. So it's fun to like play with those weird fantasy and create it mostly into a psychological like aspect instead of like just fantasy, because I do have the theory that most things that was the unknown was mostly just scientific aspect that they didn't have the way to comprehend at that time. When I was in Hollywood, I saw why people sometimes when they go there they just stop and lose themselves. Most of the time, I heard a lot of people that they all say they're movie director or writers. And they all have a movie to talk to me about when I say that my movie win a lot of awards. And they try to pitch me their idea or whatever. But the thing is, like, they didn't do it. Like, it's easy as that. Like, they say things, but they don't do. I'm a doer. In life, I said, I'm gonna do a movie. The year after, I did a movie. So in the thing that I could say to a young director is like, you have an idea, put it out there, and don't say I'm waiting for money or whatever. Just create it with your dad camera or do whatever. Work for free for a year and make people work for you for your movie. Just find a solution to put it out there, because right now I think we miss good director. I didn't go to school, and I thought that I should have go to school to be directing, but no. Like, yes, I could have, but the idea is if you know how to create a movie and that's your passion, just do it. Like this, we will have more of those movies that you want to watch over and over again. So I encourage you to just be yourself and just try. I was creating castles and stuff in the wood, and I was like, make them live a fantasy like we were in a movie. And I had costume and everything, and we played all weekend long, not breaking character. And yeah, that was the thing. Like I was creating movies since I'm a kid without noticing it. The easy way to find me is on Instagram. So the Instagram is queen_MYRAI, Myrai. That's the best way to follow me, but I don't know what I'm doing. Mostly I'm just gonna post my stuff out and do a lot of reel that I'm talking about what is my next project, because literally I live in my own world and I don't know what is reality since a long time. So I'm gonna do a good shout out to my co-director, that was GP. Seriously, without him, when we met, like, we were tired of being like pushed by people that didn't like her idea or vision. And I love his aesthetic. The way that he film is like, the way that he have that, he's so good at actually create a good lighting, a good team, a good movement, and you have like crazy idea that's so complementary. And I was so proud that I met that person that gave me that little thing that I was missing, just someone that could understood my vision and want to produce it with me. And I would say that frame was good because everybody was so talented on set. Like everyone that worked on that set was marvelous. The young kid that created the music for the movie was a genius. Like he just get. I remember I was drunk. I said, I think I know what I want for the movie, and I tell him like 3 notes in the bathroom, and he got inspired and he created that melody that's so dramatic, exactly what I want, like a theme song. And it's like that for everybody. The hairstylist was like a pro, like he created me like masterpiece of hair. The makeup artists were on point. Everybody was doing their job. My friend that was creating set decor with me was the guy that could fix everything. It was just so great to see how much we can do so much with nothing, and just imagination and a lot of will of people that believe in the dream. Mostly Frame is about my rape as a young girl in the industry, and it did exteriorize my demon on the big screen. I think art and the heart of art, it would be to be able to take something that was so much negative and try to destroy you and create something beautiful with it. In Frame, you can see the portrait of a narcissistic personality disorder, what is something that affects us day to day, and we don't see them because they don't go get checked, and nobody told you that much about them until you see that they all around you and destroying slowly a lot of lives. And it's not their fault, they're sick. And in Frame, that's why I try to portray that guy is sick, he's sad, he's not feeling good, but he's never gonna say it because he's a narcissist and tendency of psychopathy, but still. So for me, it was important to create like that mirror of what it is for other women to see and other men to see what it is, so they can pinpoint them. Fun fact, I did bring some narcissists see the movie and they ate the persona, but they didn't understood that I was talking to them. That's how much a narcissist is like a vampire. He's looking himself in the mirror, but he's no reflection.